Teenager Daniel Arzani will head to the World Cup in Russia, and veteran Tim Cahill is set to play in the tournament for a fourth time after the final 23-man Socceroos squad was announced this morning. 19-year-old Arzani will become the youngest Australian to travel to a World Cup after making his Socceroos debut in Friday night's win over the Czech Republic. Jamie McLaren has also been included, despite being a late call-up into the training camp, and fellow striker Tommy Urich was also included. Cahill and Mark Milligan have been named to play in their fourth World Cup. The four unlucky players to miss out of Bert van Marwijk's final squad include James Troisi, who scored the winning goal in the 2015 Asian Cup final, Fran Karacic, Josh Brilliante, and Nikita Rukavista also missed out. So taking a look at the 23 players that have been named for the World Cup in Russia, Arzani is named less than 5 months after making his starting debut for Melbourne City. He's one of 3 A-League players included in the squad, joining Newcastle's Dimitri Petratos and Western Sydney's Josh Risdon. The Socceroos play Hungary next weekend before their World Cup opener against France on June 16. Australia's singles hopes at the French Open are over after Sam Stosur and Daria Gavrilova made third-round exits. Stosur was swept aside by 2016 champion and third seed Gabina Muguruza 6-love 6-2, and Gavrilova also lost in straight sets to Belgium's Elise Mertens. Stosur's loss means she's expected to drop out of the world's top 100. Serena Williams continued her Grand Slam comeback with a straight sets win over Julia Gerges to move into the last 16. As did number 1 seed Simona Halep and Maria Sharapova. Men's top seed Rafael Nadal's charge towards an 11th Roland Garros title also continued with a comfortable win over Richard Gasquet. American Lakey Peterson has beaten 2-time defending world surfing champion Tyler Wright in today's final of the latest event in Bali. Peterson finished with a total score of 14.33. The Australian left her best 2 waves for the closing minutes, but finished just 0.59 behind. Peterson's win means she replaces Steph Gilmore at the top of the tour standings, while Wright moves up to 4th. Brother Mikey Wright went out at the semi-final stage of the men's event. Australia's Sarah Jane Smith will start the final round of the US Women's Open in Alabama 4 shots off the pace. Smith still held a 3-shot lead when the rain-interrupted second round was finally completed, but she shot a third round of 2 over 74 to slip to second on 8 under par and trails Thailand's Arya Gitanagaran. Fellow Australian Sue O fell out of contention after a third round of 78. Richmond coach Damien Hardwick has praised best on ground Shane Edwards following last night's dream time at the G win. The AFL Premiers thumped Essendon by 71 points in the annual match in front of more than 81,000 fans at the MCG. Essendon's bad start to the game continued when David Zaharakis suffered a possible broken collarbone, while Indigenous star Edwards had 30 disposals and 2 goals and was given the Yukin Award for the game's best player.
Reading the name out, I was hoping he'd get it. He's such an important player for our footy club, and you know, he's played over 200 games for this club, premiership player, but he's got one thing that makes him an incredible talent and very underrated talent in my view. He makes those around him better. You know, you look at his score assists on a weekly basis, not only this week but throughout his career, and you know, he'll go down one of the greats of our footy club, I reckon. I've loved him ever since I got here, and you know, he's been such a terrific player for us and our club, and we're really excited he got rewarded with the award tonight.
Later leaders West Coast remaining again clear of the Tigers following a 13-point win over St Kilda in Perth. The Eagles also have an injury concern when forward Jack Darling went down with an ankle problem. West Coast led by 48 points at three-quarter time after Josh Kennedy kicked his 6th goal. The Saints piled on 7 goals in the final term but fell short. Parramatta coach Brad Arthur says last night's heavy NRL loss to Newcastle was embarrassing. The Eels' season has sunk even further after the bottom-placed club were thrashed 30-4 at Sydney's Olympic Stadium. Parramatta had already lost fullback Bevan French to concussion when halfback Mitchell Moses suffered a knee injury. Parramatta had Michael Jennings in the sin bin when the Knights charged over again to lead 14-0 at the break. Newcastle crossed 3 more times to end a 4-match losing run, while the Eels finished without a fit player on the bench.
yeah, it's embarrassing. We're not proud of that performance. We're not proud of ourselves. We've let a lot of people down tonight. We've let our club down, our fans, but the biggest people that we've let down is ourselves.
It's ridiculous. Brad and the staff put so much effort into making it so easy for us to go out there on kick-off and put in our best performance. And it's, as I said, it's embarrassing that we're letting them down. It's really hard. Look, I love this team. I love Brad, and we go out there every week, and I put my heart out there. And I think we need to just have a hard look at ourselves and go out there and play with pride.